All right, so this week in Pax Day, we got an update for when we could see all of the new aggro changes coming to the PTS, and then also all of our wood choppers and people who use charcoal out there got some of the best news that they possibly could have gotten this Friday. We're going to talk about all of that in a little bit more. So hello and welcome back, all of you amazingly professional consumers of Pax Day and Pax Day related content out there. I'm Eltari, the professional gamer, and this is another episode of the Pax Friday Review, the show where we talk about all the fun, interesting, new, and exciting information that's come out for Pax Day over the last week. Like I said, this week we got a couple of updates. One unfortunate one actually, it was fortunate to begin with, and then unfortunate thereafter. We got an update for the PTS, and that we were going to be getting all the aggro changes coming to the PTS so that we could start testing it. That aggro system is much needed in terms of improvements. All of the dungeons are they're very difficult to go through right now just because you can't, there's chains of aggro. They're just absolute trains of aggro that will occur if you aggro the wrong thing at the wrong time, and you'll get 30, 40 mobs coming and just chasing you down. Those changes are coming, but they were coming to the BTS sometime this week, most likely, but it was delayed, and we got an update on that, and it was mostly delayed due to an unrelated reason with the transition over to Unreal 5.6. So we're going to talk about all of that over on the official Discord, but before we go and do that, we will also just take a moment to thank all of our channel members, all of you prosumers, entrepreneurs, and C-suite members. Thank you again for financially supporting the channel. We couldn't do all the cool stuff that we do in the community without your kind support, so thank you. And then for everyone else that is watching this video, if you do like this, leave a like. It's probably the best thing you could do to help the channel, but also subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. As illogical of a goal as that may be for this channel, it is only going to work if you go and hit that subscribe button, and then share this video with any of your friends who might be interested in learning more about Pax Day or Pax Day related things, because that's all we cover on this channel. And yeah, that's what we're about to go and do. So we're going to head over to the official Discord right now to go take a look at a couple of updates that came out for this week. I will see you over there. All right, so here we are on Pax Day's official Discord server, and here is the first update that we got for the week. It was the Aggro system and fixes changes were going to be coming to the PTS. They said when testing on the PTS, please let us know if anything feels confusing, inconsistent, or unfair, especially around walls, stairs, ramps, ledges, balconies, adjacent rooms, vertical spaces, and unusual NPC pathing. We already covered this on the channel, but just to really go back and kind of show what some of this is, we'll go ahead and take a look right over here where we got all of these diagrams. Now, we have gone over this before, but just to kind of give a refresher of what these aggro changes are, effectively, there is this concept of aggro that exists in Pax Day, which is you have a vision range, an assist range, and a hearing range. Hearing range is 360 aggro, so if you pass into the hearing range and the mob has the ability to hear, then you are going to, guess what, aggro them. Then beyond that, if this mob aggroes you and there is another mob that's in their assist range, or they're in assist range of a different mob that you aggroed, then this will also trigger them to aggro even if you're not in their hearing range. So like, let's say there is another mob right here, you are in their hearing zone right here, this mob is within the assist range of that other mob aggroed you, they're going to come and assist as well. Then we have the vision, which obviously if they see you, then you're got. That's how it works. Additionally, there's direct forms of aggro, which you see here. If you go and shoot an enemy or taunt them or something like that, that is direct aggro, and the mob is going to aggro you even if you're outside of their visual range. And then lastly, this is kind of more just talking about if they see you directly. So if an NPC is not engaged in combat and isn't aggroed on anyone, they will gain direct aggro against the first player they notice in vision range. So if you all enter into vision range, they will get direct aggro on you once you enter their vision range, and they will turn around for that. And now, additionally, for hearing, they will turn around and then you'll become in hearing range, and they will target you too. Alternatively, for a healing spell, for example, so healing or applying beneficial effects to a player who already has direct aggro gives NPC direct aggro towards the support. So in other words, if you are healing the person that's right next to this mob and you support them, then you're also getting direct aggro. You're building threat, so to speak, against yourself, even though the friendly, which is right there, is going to be closest to the enemy. Then, there's all these other things like the social aggro, which we kind of already talked about, and how social aggro or assist aggro turns into direct aggro. So first, when you go into assist mode, the mob is going to be coming to aid, and then once they enter into direct aggro range, then there you go. You're going to start getting attacked. Now, alternatively, when you're in active combat and there is a traveler, so NPCs who have direct aggro and do not generate vision or hearing aggro, a player can pass near an ongoing fight without generating aggro as long as they don't interfere. So if you don't participate in the fight, then you're not going to do that. Now, obviously, there are more complicated scenarios here where, like, this person, maybe they're not involved in direct combat, but they are healing someone. Now you're no longer a traveler, but you're an active participant, and that will cause additional issues to occur. So aggro decaying faster, this is more to do with you're running away from combat. Maybe something didn't go well. And in this case, you're running away from the NPC. The further the NPC is away from their home spot, the faster their aggro is going to decay, and the further distance that you are from the NPC, the faster they're going to decay. So the faster away you can get away from them, the faster. Basically, it's a distance equation. The faster, the bigger the distance between them and you, the faster you're going to drop their aggro. And then additionally, the bigger the distance they are away from their original spawn location, the faster that their aggro is going to decay too. And then aggro decay pauses once you as a player do damage to them, i.e. generates aggro, or the actual enemy is successfully able to hit you. So once you get engaged in active combat again, that will drop. Now, talking just more specifically on assists and things like that, how this actually works. You enter into direct combat with the NPC number A or letter A, and you do that by shooting them. That means you get direct aggro. There is two different other mobs, B and D. B is in a assist range here, so you're going to get assist aggro from them. So A is going to also result in B getting pulled. As B starts moving closer, they're going to enter into visual range, and that's going to cause them to have direct aggro as opposed to just assist aggro going forward. Now, C is not going to be in the appropriate assist range here, so they will not be aggroed. Now, the difference is that when B moves up to this location here and they enter into a direct aggro, C will most likely get pulled as a result of that, or most likely will get pulled as a result. And they will hear assist call, but they don't have a line of sight down here in D. So what that means is they're going to hear an assist, but they're not going to see anything to assist with. So they're most likely not going to come and help. Now, B does have a line of sight. They hear the assist call, and then they're going to be able to engage in the fight. C is initially out of that assist range, but it would be able to change and develop as that. So there's definitely a lot of situations here that we're going to have to observe. So then again, here's the case where you have A that gets direct aggro, B gets direct aggro, and C gets assist aggro. So that's kind of the situation as it played out. Whereas D, they hear the assist call, but they don't have any line of sight, so they're not going to continue. So that's kind of how the aggro system is intended to work. Obviously, we were supposed to be able to go and test that earlier this week or sometime this week. However, as of time of recording, the PTS update has not been pushed. It was intended possibly to be pushed this week. However, it sounds like as of today, that was definitely pushed out to at least Tuesday of next week. Now, this was obviously unfortunate information. A lot of players wanted to test it out over the long weekend. Here in the States, at least, it's Memorial Day weekend. But unfortunately, it looks like there was an issue with Unreal Engine 5.6 that resulted in a lot of issues, more on the stability side for builds. Now, we already went through a previous issue with the physics-based stability system and building, and they didn't want to push something that was going to result in more things getting torn down. But for this one in particular, it wasn't necessarily that old things were going to fall apart. It was more so that new things could get built beyond their current stability, rules, which would mean that once those got fixed, a lot of things would fall apart. You're basically building on borrowed time, which is never a fun thing to do, and they didn't want to do that. And then the one piece of information that was really exciting for a lot of players, if anyone here works on any of the disciplines that include the use of charcoal, one of the big complaints that a lot of players have is just how time consuming it is to generate charcoal. Well, the devs have heard our cry, and now there is a 1-to-1 ratio for all of these, which is great. This is great news for everyone. All the woodcutters rejoice. Charcoal now exchanges at a 50 sapwood to 50 charcoal output, and then heartwood, you get 100 heartwood will produce 100 heartwood charcoal as well. So better output, better outcome for a lot of players there. That's the kind of the cherry on top for the news that we had this week in terms of, good news, toppled on top of the unfortunate news that we didn't get the PTS patch this week. So that's all that we had for new information that came out this week, but I'd be happy to hear what you all think in the comments about this charcoal improvement. A lot of people are very happy about it. Some people are like, but I was really good at spending thousands of hours chopping wood, and now that's becoming a little bit less valuable. Love to hear what you guys think in the comments. Let me know also about what you think about the Aggro system, and what's going on here, and if you think this is going to really improve the output of the game. I think it's going to drastically improve the dungeon experience, and not even just the dungeon experience, but the the overworld experience at all the POIs where there's a lot of mobs. I can't tell you how many times we've accidentally pulled an entire camp of Inquisition that we were farming just because we shot one guy with an arrow and he told the entire camp to come and take a look. So really, really welcome changes here, and I would love to hear what everyone else is thinking down in the comments below. But if you did like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe so you can get notified whenever we come out with new Pax Dei related information, and share this video with any of your friends who are looking to stay connected. Pretty much all of our videos on this channel, and not even pretty much, 100% of our videos on this channel are directly related to Pax Dei and Pax Dei related content. We're one of the oldest channels and one of the most consistent channels covering Pax Dei, so this is the place for you to get all of that information. And I'd just also like to again thank all of our channel members for financially supporting the channel. We literally could not do anything that we do without all of you. Until the next video, I'm Altari, the Professional Gamer.